YouTube, sitting at the laptop. We are downloading some information. Get this, what you call Julie, a GPS, updated. So we're going to try to get that thing updated through my laptop because I got more power into this than this thing that connects to whatever I'm watching. And that, so I'm kind of dependent on this for a while for a lot of stuff like upgrades to this thing. And Angie is sitting there with her nice hairstyle from yesterday.
Yes.
Make sure I do it right.
Yeah, because I tried to do it and I didn't know how to do it.
Well, because you're not good.
Because I'm not a technician like Chuck is.
Well, you're a technician in other areas, but when it comes to
cameras and all that, I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, that's why you can't film.
Well, I can. But
you can, but
upload and all that.
But your uploads, editing, all that stuff, you're weak on that end too. So that's what we're doing today. Just doing some tech stuff today. Yeah, it looks like Angie detected a sword right here of some kind.
Look.
Copyright. I don't know. I don't think Angie punched me in the face. I don't know. She says there's a red mark there. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but that's not the technical stuff we're talking about today. Yes, Chuck, you need a shave. After you shave your head, you need a shave down here too. Like I said, doing some technical stuff today. We gotta get some of this done. We want to get our maps updated. Because you never know, there may be a new highway that got built, and we don't want to be driving in the middle of nowhere. That used to be a highway, and that. So we got to make sure our maps are updated. It's always best never follow the GPS final directions, because before you know it, you're going to be in the middle of nowhere, and sometimes even worse, you could be sitting on a bunch of railroad tracks thinking it's a highway, but actually it's a railroad tracks. We've seen these videos on virtual railpan all the time.
Or it says you're going in somewhere and you slip in the river.
That's right. Because you never know. Because you can
golf course, but it's not a golf course. It's the river
instead. That's right. Yeah, because you can move a river anytime you want. I mean, just make a new canal, you got your river moved. Okay, I'm just going through the legal terms. Everybody has to have some legal terms. That's about 50 million pages. Just accept all. Pretty standard legal stuff. You want to read it, just take all day. Important before installation, may take a few minutes. Blah, blah, blah. Boring stuff for this video, but we are updating our Julie the GPS, because I named it Julie the GPS. That's our nickname for it. We will be hearing her some form during our trip. Not a whole lot, but we'll hear a lot of it, possibly once we get to Vegas and other locations around Vegas. But you'll probably hear it off and on during the trip, telling us to do, which we're not going to do. Because remember, on our last trip we had Julie, it was telling us stuff that we know we can't do. That's why you never listen to Julie. Check your surroundings first before you listen to any GPS to make sure you guys are doing it the right way. Because Julie will tell you one thing: if you don't focus on what's going around on the road, you could be on the railroad tracks, in the river, or someplace on some farmer's land that he's going to come out with a buckshot, get you off the land. So always know your surroundings. Julie is supposed to give you a basic guide, but always an old-fashioned map always works too. All right, here's another good tip if you want to know. Prior to your trip, if you know what roads you are taking between here and there, and from there to there to there, go to Google Maps, and if you're looking for a certain point of interest, go down, use that little guy, drop him on that line to look for what special interest you are. If you're arriving at your destination, drop that little guy near your destination to see what turning points you need to look for when you actually get there. That found out that was a very helpful tip at times to help find our hotels along the way. We did on this recent trip. What I did was I went to Google Maps, so we're not really dependent on the GPS. Well, I took the guy on the Google Maps, took him down, dropped him near our hotel, so this way I have a pinpoint of where we need to go, or what to look for, and know where to make the right turns. That's how I did that in the last 4 or 5 trips. So I know what to look for when I get there, and pick out some certain landmarks you're going to remember. And always, I always trust the Google Maps anyway over Julie, the GPS, because you know why? I like to listen to her. And yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys too, but don't worry, we're going to hear her talk, either in our live stream or edited videos. Hey, I'm doing the process of updating the map. We got it right here. Remember, keep your device plugged in the computer.
Step 2 of 2.
Yeah, step 2 and 2, which will probably take 2 hours, well, almost an hour and a half, close to 2 hours. If I would have known that, I should have done this last night, but, well.
We're doing it.
We're doing it.
At least we're updating Julie.
Yeah, we have to update Julie, because you know why? There's new highways out there now. But, unfortunately, we'll probably be driving in the middle of nowhere. Oh, by the way, that's your mom's GPS and her car where we drove, when we normally walk out that way. On that bike trail?
It's not on there.
It's still not on that.
That's why I figured to update Julie.
Yeah,
you never know.
That's still not updated to the new road.
Oh, cool. It's going fast.
Fast, my ass.
3% completed already.
No, it's not. I'm still at number 1. It says 2 or 2. I'm still at number 1.
Check for complete.
Check for complete. Yeah.
3.5.
That's not fast, Angie. That's pretty slow.
It's faster than that one.
Well, I don't know, because information's coming from here to here.
True.
So we're transferring information we downloaded, all the current maps on this computer that I downloaded, because I downloaded right there, Angie. See, I downloaded right there.
See, I'm not a tech person either.
That's why I got them downloaded, because I have all the current maps already installed, and right now I slowly install them in this thing. Which we're still going to be somewhere on the middle of the train track someplace and being on virtual rail cam.
That's what we took her on that trip.
And what would Lynn Smith would say? What would Rob T would say?
We're
what
lost.
would our other rail fans that you
Byron?
have? Byron, what they would say?
We're lost.
They say, oh, there's Chuck and Angie on the virtual rail cam. What they're doing, what is their car rental doing on the train tracks?
See? It happens.
Because people was listening to this, that's why. You never listen to this. You always check your surroundings. This will get you from point A to point B, but when you start making your turns, make sure you cross your tracks completely.
If we would have updated my mom's old GPS, we wouldn't have got lost going to Cousin Harry's.
That's right. That's right. Round the circles we went down there in 2010. She was right. It is step 2 of 2 steps. It's map updates. That's what it was. Yeah, Angie stood correct. But it's still taking a while to get it uploaded.
And
yep.
If we're getting it uploaded, we could be going somewhere and dripping. It's not.
That's right. And I can't wait to get us turned on the railroad tracks. Of course, I'm a smarter driver than that when I drive. And that, oh boy, we should need to own a car. But instead of renting one, but we're renting one. According to this, we are all updated with the GPS. Yes. Now we're ready to go. In the wrong direction. Like I said, we did some updates today on this thing, and we're updated to the maps. Just let us know what highways is coming up. We'll get a proper notification, because sometimes it tells us last minute. That's probably why you see a lot of people making, if you watch virtual rail fan videos and other videos where cars turn on railroad tracks into rivers and all that stuff, that's because they're not paying attention to what they're doing. They're only paying attention to their GPS, and sometimes GPS will take you in the wrong direction. So be prepared to be aware when you guys drive out there. Just be aware what's going on around you. So when you cross the railroad tracks and the GPS tells you to make a right or left turn, complete crossing the tracks first before you turn. Before you turn, if you see water in front of you, don't go in it. That may be a creek, river, or, like I said, that's why you don't travel in floodwaters, because you never know. You may be driving into the main river. That's why you don't ever drive in floodwaters.
Yay!
Yay!
Or the golf course.
Or golf courses, yeah. It'd be like Caddyshack. Yeah, something like that. We got this updated. That's the main thing. He's going to double check, make sure our addresses that we put down is still on and ready to go. And any other additional addresses that we might have to add and ready to go, right? Like the Pinball Hall of Fame, the 7 Magic Mountain Rocks, that one hiking trail.
I don't have all those in here yet.
Prim, out there in Prim. Well, how to get to Prim from what road we're on, technically. So, and other attractions that we're planning to do on our vacation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got to make sure it's all double checked and programmed. All programmed in?
Yes.
Just accept the other addresses, which we will program later. And hopefully we will see the new maps.
Hopefully.
Yeah. And hopefully we stay on the proper roads, because I don't think Lynn and all our subscribers that watch VR want to see us on those train tracks. That's because
They would scream and goes, "You guys goofed up."
yeah, that's right. And they'll be laughing their heads off. So, yeah. So
Okay.
And since we're going to be dealing with the train tracks in Grand Junction, because there's no VR camera there, too. But
There
could be a steel highway cam, could be another cam, could be another cam.
There isn't.
Could make the news.
Oh, we don't want to do that.
No. We don't want to do that. So we may make sure when we use the GPS, we complete crossing the tracks, make sure there's a bridge going across the water, and make sure that there's no road going into the golf courses, right? And that. So we are all updated.
Yes.
Right now. We got to update to the next video. Technically, we have to end this video.
Okay. Please like, share, subscribe. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell. See you later. Bye.